for joining me tonight for this video. Since we had to cancel our meeting due to snow, I figured we would use technology to let you know what was going to be happening at the meeting. The first thing I want to talk about is the audition process for the show. We're really glad you're interested in being part of the show. The show is called Excalibur, the story of young King Arthur. I hope you have some idea of the show and have at least seen a show somewhat related to it. I know that there's a movie called The Sword and the Stone, and that's loosely related to the story that we're going to be doing. It's based on ancient British legends, and it's set in the 500s. So the storyline will begin with Wizard Merlin as a storyteller, and he's telling us about the birth of Arthur, and then his youth, and then he grows up and how he becomes king at a very young age. The show includes magic tricks, special effects, sword play, so if you like to do swords, this is a great show for you. And I'm looking at adding a dance around the maypole, and there will be mysterious music and magical moving forest and some fun costumes from the 500s. So I'm looking forward to doing the show. I hope you're looking forward to auditioning for it and being part. If you're interested in tech, I know that in the past we often had places where people could do tech and they were not acting in the play. We're doing something a little differently this time. We're looking at this more as an ensemble or as a group that would be kind of like a troupe of players where they both act and do tech for the show. We may even alternate from night to night who's doing tech and who's in the show. So we're looking for people that are interested in doing both for this particular show. Of course, there will be some places where we'll need someone to be in charge of, say, the lights or in charge of sound, who will not act in the show. They will be the leaders of those particular areas for all shows. But a lot of the tech roles will be taken by actors who will alternate back and forth. When you sign up for the auditions, we're going to have the auditions next week on February 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. There are 4 time slots that are between 40 and 45 minutes for those time slots. We're asking everyone to sign up for those because during that time we will be interviewing everyone on their tech interest, as well as doing a little bit of acting through improvisation. You do not need to prepare for the audition, but if you're aware of the history of King Arthur, it may help, especially if you've read up on the characters that will be in this particular flyer that I'm referring to now. This flyer is going to be available. Mrs. Cox will have copies, so you can stop by and get them from me. And I'll also provide them on a website, and I'll let you know how to get to that website through PyleNet. So go to PyleNet, and there will be a link for the website to access this information. During the sign-ups, there will be 4 time slots on Tuesday, 4 time slots on Wednesday, and 2 time slots on Thursday. Tuesday's time slots and Wednesday's time slots are from 2:45 to 3:30. The second time slot is 3:20 to 4. The third time slot is 3:50 to 4:30, so you will need your own ride if you're choosing that time slot. And the last time slot is 4:20 to 5. This is ideal for students who are doing an after-school activity. They can just stay at school and then come to the audition, but you will need a ride home at 5 o'clock. Thursday only has the first 2 time slots from 2:45 to 3:30, and then the second time is 3:20 to 4. So all students can ride the bus on Thursday. When you come to the audition, you need to bring a completed audition form. You will be able to get that from Mrs. Cox, and that will require a parent's signature. So make sure your parents sign that. One of the things on your application that we're going to be asking for is your height. Because we are double casting a lot of roles, we need to know your height specifically. Please do not just guess at your height. The best thing to do is stand flat against a wall and measure. Take a pencil and a book or something, have a parent lay something flat on your head and mark the wall with a pencil, and then take a ruler or a yardstick and measure from the floor up to that mark, and that will give us an idea of your height. It's very important that we have your height, okay? If you are 5 feet 0, please write 0 in the inches so that we know for sure that you didn't just forget to write it in there, but that you really are 5 feet 0. If you got your picture taken at school and we have that in the system, you're totally fine. If you did not get your picture taken at school, if you're absent the day that they did school pictures and you did not get a copy of your picture, then I am going to need a copy of a picture of you for the auditions. So please supply that on the day that you come in, attached to or your application that we're going to give you. A small picture is fine, just about this big, like a wallet size is perfect. We don't need huge pictures. We're going to be putting them on index cards for the callbacks. You will be doing improvisation, you'll answer questions. There is no singing in this show. So if you auditioned for the musical and you didn't get in, don't be concerned, because we are not singing in this show, so we're not looking for singers. You don't have to worry about that. And we're not going to be auditioning for the dance around the maypole. We'll just be doing that during rehearsals and find who would be best for that part. But we're not concerned about casting you because you can dance. We are interested in your background, though, so you want to let us know if you can dance at the audition and the interview. There are about 30 roles in this show. There are 10 major characters, and the descriptions are in this flyer, so we want you to take a look at it. But some of the interesting things are that Arthur is seen as a young man, and then he grows up to a young teenager. So we are considering double casting that role, so we have one actor for the young version and another actor for the older version. If we do that, we will also be looking to double cast his adopted brother and sister, which are Kay and Elaine. So if we double cast Arthur, we'll probably be double casting those roles as well, where they'll start in the beginning as young children and then grow up later and become older children. Merlin, we're looking for someone who can be very old, and he's also a magician, and he will be doing magic tricks. So if you can do magic tricks, you want to tell us that in the interview process. If you can't and you're really good at the role, we'll teach you the magic tricks. That'll be fine. But if you can already do it, that's interesting for us to know. He's mysterious, he's humorous, he's strong and gentle. He can see into the future. There's also Sir Ector, a knight of the realm. There's Arthur's adopted father. There's Morgan Le Fay, a very fun character that I actually played when I was in Camelot in high school, so that part is very close to me, and I really love that role. So she's an evil sorceress and also Arthur's aunt. She's beautiful but deadly, and she's greedy for power, and she plots against Merlin. So we're looking for someone really unique who has a lot of stage presence for that particular role. She has 2 sidekicks to her, Dragonfly and Katydid, so we're looking for some fun girls to play her sidekicks. We also have the Archbishop of Canterbury and Matilda. There are also 3 druids who accompany Merlin and kind of reflect the mysterious things that he's saying. That's Davina, Deidre, and Damaris, so we're looking for some interesting people to play those roles. And then we have the moving trees. Now I'm considering adding a dance to the show where the trees do like a little dance, maybe some pantomime or maybe some musical dance. So if you can dance, let us know that at the interview process so we can consider you if we're looking at you as being a tree. So that's a fun role. We need some people to pass as children, and then dancers, knights and lords and ladies of the realm. So what do you do if you get a callback? Now when we do the callbacks, they will be the following week. When we do